Alright everybody, welcome in. This is going to be another Stormgate cast, and this one will be featuring a C-tier RTS player who is trying to train up and become an A-tier RTS player. This is Grimmy! Showing off a little bit of his celestial skills today. And his opponent today, in the red, she's playing under her Korean alt today. This is NoveaStar. I'm really bad at my zooming in today. I apologize. I'm going to full on blame this on the jet lag. I flew home yesterday. And if you hear me yawning here in this cast, it might be because my brain doesn't know what time it is. And shout out to Novea. If you do not know Novea, she is a caster and a mod on the Discord. And she loves cats, and I love cats, and my cat is currently blocking the mini-map, so it's hard for me to click and follow this imp. But that's because Angel wants to be my co-caster today, and she says, meow to all of you out there in the internet. Okay, looks like the imp goes down into the shrine, so Novea has opened with her 2 production, which is fairly standard in 0.5 now. What is Grimmy up to over here? It looks like that's his first Argent popping out of the Surge Chamber and immediately goes rogue and starts firing on the Creation Chamber. And I know I've commented on this before. This is sort of a strange and bizarre side effect of the current meta and the current build for the Argents. Argents got cooler. They are getting a lot more use, and at least a lot of the main Celestial players are thinking they're worthy now. But they do have this weird kind of play style that's emerged that is probably going to get tweaked at some point. Novea's got a pair of brutes rolling down, building her army, starting to build her army out. Another vault on the way, and that puts her at the sort of 3 production, which I think is a good early game point for the Infernals to have 3 production buildings going into that first Stormgate. Depending on how your economy, you might want to add more after that. And we got a second chamber here. And I've seen a couple different variants, 2 chamber or 3 chamber. This is 2 chamber with a power bank. And I think I was actually watching Grimmy, and he changed, maybe after this or before this, because I don't remember when I was watching him, but he tried another style where he had 2 without the power bank, I believe, versus 2 with plus maybe another chamber added later. We have a purifier actually added up here.
Activate soon.
Any case, let's see what's happening. We've got a lot of Argents here. Can't see the real number. Can I? There we go. We got about 9, it looks like there. But Novea is also running out with her early forces, which is 3 brutes and 4 gaunts. I don't know if that's going to be able to take the 9 Argents that are there, but it might be able to contest, maybe get 1 Argent, chasing the Argents back, but they turn to fight, and they shoot 1 brute down, and they're going to try and pick off some gaunts here. I like the micro from Grimmy here to only grab half of his Argents to make them harass Novea's gaunts. That allowed him to fairly cleanly grab this first gate and gets the Faerun. Most people, that's one of the favored units out of the first Stormgate. That or the Creeping Horror. If you're not going to maybe get one of the, what are they, the runes that maybe you get a clone rune or whatever. Save it for later. That's your style. So Grimmy, 1-2 bases, staying on the 2 chambers, plus a Surge Nexus, and just staying at home with that Faerun that he claimed. Whereas Novea, going on to her 3rd base, it looks like here as well, has a pretty good army brewing. 5 brutes with some fiends left over from that earlier engage, and a good maybe 6 or 7 gaunts as well. Another vault, we're up to 4 production. So she's chose to add another vault, just a single conclave, but we see those gaunts coming out of it and joining. Third base almost up, but we have Argents and a Faerun coming down. This is an odd time to push, I think. We got Creon. Maybe it's because some of his upgrades have finished. But it doesn't look like there's been terribly many Argents added here. And so that means the Brutes and the Gaunts are able to get a few of them. Krees show up to be part of the front line. A Weaver coming around the left side. Oh, gets pounced upon by the Argents, but we get a stun down on the Faerun and it goes down. So it did get a little bit of, able to make some healing, but then it dies. And that means Novea is going to be able to chase Grimmy right back. Maybe all the way back to his base. Or slow Argents. Ooh, we got a strike node from the high ground, getting some damage on those units. And Novea chooses to stay back for now. We got Legion Halls. And what do we got out of there? Coming our first Seraphim. But he's going to have to defend with what he's got for now. Seraphim will be helpful, and the first one does pop. Second one as well.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
Novea's moving back. Looks like she's going to try and zone for that Stormgate there. And based on her positioning here, she can keep Grimmy back from the Stormgate itself and just engage the army.
A Stormgate has appeared.
And the Stormgate's up, but Grimmy's lost a lot of his forces trying to battle for it before it even popped, and that means Novea's going to get it fairly easily here. Second Stormgate going her way. Now remember, if you've lost the first Stormgate, you get extra damage on that second one. So that means she's sort of got an advantage capturing it. I guess there's a little meta there. Those are our clone stones, yeah. Soul Forges. If you choose not to get the first one, you let your opponent get it. Then, as long as you can stay alive and don't die due to whatever reward they might get, you might have a better chance getting the second round and getting something you want out of that. Of course, continues to apply to later rounds. Ooh, it's a Seraphim Ball showing up. And that's going to pick off some imps here. Now focusing on the Soul Forge, gets one of them. Oh, but does get to clone up some Brutes at the last second to not lose that Soul Forge. I think that was good choice. We have, up come the Spires online. That means we'll have the opportunity to get some Shadow Flyers out as needed to deal with these Seraphim. More imps going down, sadly. And here come the Shadow Flyers. They're going to try and get... Nope, but we got Speed Burst out. Nice splits from Grimmy. Actually, really nice splits from Grimmy. Nonetheless, three Phantasms there suggest that was 3 Seraphims that went down. Phantoms. They're Phantoms, yes. I keep tricking my brain on that. Are they Phastasmic? Or just Phantoms? They are the Phantoms. We got some Therium Miners going on over here for Novea. More vaults added to the low ground. So what's that, 6? Another one there. Yep, plus the 2 Spires over there. And while she's spread across the map, we have some Therium mining prisms over here. Long distance Therium mining going on over here. And we're still on the 3 Luminite bases for Grimmy. And he's sticking on that Seraphim tech as well. Hasn't moved up to Archangel Say yet, or at least we haven't seen any. Is that a Fortress? Yeah, Fortress done. It is actually Animancers coming out next. Animancers once again getting back in the fold, becoming part of the meta. 3 more chambers going down there, forming a little partial wall, protecting those Therium mining prisms. And both these players stand pretty even supply-wise. Novea with the slight edge. And her army is positioned very well for this Stormgate. Meanwhile, a bunch of invisible Kree are looking for a base to harass. There's no base there. And you're going to have to go around. Now, Shadow Flyers mean they'll be able to see the invisible units. In fact, there's a Shadow Flyer patrol up above there. Battle for the Stormgate begins. Nice slash on one of the Animancers means a good kill there. And a few Dark Prophecies means some zoning. Kree coming in from behind. That's going to be pretty good if they can get on top of some of the Gaunts and cut through some of the ranged units. Novea trying to get the Stormgate, but now choosing to engage with units, getting 2 lashes off on Animancers. Dark Prophecies on her units, though. And she does have to run away. There's a lot of Dark Prophecies there doing damage. But right back at it as Grimmy also pulled away here. Another Animancer going down, another Dark Prophecy, but the Stormgate is claimed. Ooh, huge Shadow Flyers coming in, getting some pretty good connects there. Oh, they're finishing them off there. What do we get popped out here? More Soul Forges? Yes. More Soul Forges, maybe saving that up for the dragon. But pushing her way ahead into... Well, there's still a good number of Animancers back there. You kind of want to get those kills. Those Animancers are juicy. Where'd those Soul Forges go? Straight back home. And I'm sure she's saying, hey, where's El Papa, the dragon? The big old boy. I want 4 of them. So that I can end this game. There he is. And bingo, bango, bungo. There we go. Now we got 4 dragons on the map. That's certainly going to help Novea. But Grimmy is not dead yet, at least in his own mind. He wanted to move out, but no, he's moving back. Did you get an inkling that there were a bunch of dragons here? Dark Prophecies, and I like how Grimmy is pulling these forces away from his base. He's saying, if you're going to chase me and kill all these units, do it on the far side of the map. He is trying to get some of the Animancers to safety. Archangels up above, going to try and punch dragons. Dragons, I guess, are a bit faster. No, they turn to fight. Dragons get one of the dragons go down to the Archangels. Oh my goodness, that's that brain there. Archangels do finally go down as Shadow Flyers come to help out. I think the ground army, though, was defeated. So Grimmy did come out on top with that. And, ooh, way more Archangels coming out. Dragons soaking up those healing juices at the Wellspring. More Brutes running across the map. But I think, oh, it's hard to say because there are still a big number of Kree there as well.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
This time it is Grimmy who is in a better position for the Stormgate. Prisms over here, what were they doing? Trying to steal Ethereum. Dragons are coming. Will they make it in time? Actually, Grimmy says, fine, I don't need to go for the Stormgate. I'll just go for your base.
A Stormgate has appeared.
Maybe, if I need to, I'll pull back from your base and go take a Stormgate. But he does have a few units there. I don't think that's enough units to actually take the Stormgate. Archangel's not sure where they want to fight. On the ground, where they can do all that damage, or up in the air, where they can punch dragons. Oh, that weak dragon, can you punch him? They're like, we're trying to. No, we'll turn around. They come back, and they go for meteor strikes right on the worker line. Then popping back up, saying, come at us. Some Shadow Flyers do come in, and at the cost of 1 dragon, all those Archangels go down. This base also went down, and the Stormgate is in the hands of Grimmy right now. The dragons are coming over. Ooh, getting a nice snipe on an Animancer there. But what's going to come out of this Stormgate? We got triple Soul Forge again, and it's just going to be bingo, bango, boom, go on our Archangels. We're up to 5 or 6 here. And what happened to those Dragos? There they are. 2 Dragos. And Novea is mined out here. quite clearly mined out there. Oversaturated here because this base was taken out and she's trying to put it back down now. This could be part of the danger she's facing is she's starting to starve out a little bit. Where Grimmy, let's see, has this base and taken this base. And actually has taken this base. So Grimmy has that economic advantage right now, not to mention the supply advantage as well. Kree rolling around seeing, is there a base there? No, it hasn't been taken yet. So Archangel's coming in. Gonna try and deny this. Imps here. Oh, that was so nice of them to land without doing a meteor strike. That's just kind. I didn't even know you could do that. But there they go. Denying that base. Kree over here trying to get at the imps. The imps turning to fight. At least losing those imps is not a huge problem since she is oversaturated here. Although that line is about to... yeah, it's all dead now. And I don't think there's going to be a way... oh, I'm like, what's going on here? Oh, there is a counterattack up here. So this is actually destroyed a couple bases here. So we're in a little bit of a base race situation here. Novea down here is full dead. So yeah, Grimmy's deciding now, well, if I can come back and kill this army, I win. Archangels from the north chasing the dragons back. Oh, there's so many strike nodes here, and that will be GG from NoveaStar.